The ANC Youth League is set to hold its 26th elective conference this weekend. The league last held its elective conference in 2015. You'll remember the Youth League was disbanded in 2019 after it failed to hold an elective conference at the end of Colin Maine's reign. Now, joining us to unpack whether this conference could see the Youth League being restored to its former glory is leadership expert Professor Mazwe Majola, who joins us virtually from here in Johannesburg. Prof, thank you for your time. Now, the ANC Youth League at this time is busy holding a press conference as we speak. We believe that is where we would hear about how their task team is dealing with whatever issues have come up in the lead up to it, because we know there have been many. But let's talk for now as if this elective conference is indeed going ahead. Just 3 hours ago, the ANC's official Twitter page did tweet and sent out a media advisory saying that it is ready and the conference is going ahead. In your view, how important is it for the ANC to be seen to be getting the ANC Youth League's duck in a row with the months ticking by ahead of the next national polls next year?
Good evening, Marcel, and to the viewers at home. It's a do or die conference. It's a very, very important, and they can't afford to lose it. They can't afford to mess up. There's so much at stake nowadays, more especially as we are correctly putting that we are approaching the 2024 elections, and ANC as a mother body, I think they would love to have a formidable and strong and trustworthy ANC Youth League, a structure that will appeal to young people's interest, aspirations, desires, dynamics, challenges. So it's very, very important that they must hold this conference, and it must be successful, and they must emerge there with a strong and a good leadership structure that will take the ANC to the next election.
Now, in the lead up to this conference taking place this weekend, there were some issues, some of them rather public, one of them being the Secretary General taking the Eastern Cape ANC Youth League to task for holding what he called an irregular elective conference of their own last weekend. And there's been pushback. I'm quoting from Business Day. Tutukile Zuma has said, and I quote, "We need to fight to be an autonomous structure that is a necessary irritation to the mother body. We haven't had a national leadership in close to a decade, and that makes it difficult for structures to function effectively." In your view, the term "a necessary irritation to the mother body," what would soon suit the needs of the ANC better? An ANC Youth League that toes the line, or an ANC Youth League who in public is a necessary irritation, and perhaps that way wins fans over, saying, look, we're not just here to toe the line, we're fighting for young people across the country to change the status quo?
What is important is for them to understand their market, is to understand the young people, the youth of South Africa today. Is the youth of South Africa today requires that militancy and that radicalism of the ANC Youth League of 20 years ago, or they need an ANC Youth League or a youth structure that will talk to them, and they must understand how to talk to them, how to appeal to young people. So it shouldn't be just we want to be radical for the sake of being radical. They must understand their market, otherwise they're going to lose it. And this thing of independence and autonomy, I think they must redefine that exactly. What do they mean about the autonomy? Or what do they mean about independence? Because they are a youth structure within a bigger structure, which is an ANC, which is a mother body. So there you will be talking about interdependence not independence, because one needs the other and the one needs the other. So the ANC mother body needs the Youth League, as I said earlier on, that is very strong, that will appeal to young people. So that the ANC shouldn't be worried about the young people of South Africa when they have the Youth League. However, it will be understandable with these challenges, dynamics, these contestations for an organization that has not been there in the last 8 years. They are coming back now. They want to rebuild. They want to restore trust and confidence. They want to start things from scratch. But what is important is that as they do that, they must not self-destruct. They must not, because young people of South Africa I'm sure, are waiting. They want to see who is going to emerge there. Will this leader, or will this leadership structure will be a leader that will talk our language, that will speak our language, that will address our issues, that will express freely on youth issues. The young people of South Africa are not interested about the intra-political things that is happening within there. So that is why I'm saying it's a do or die. It's a very important thing. It's either they do it correct or wrong, or they do it or they build or destroy, because if they mess it up, otherwise they're going to lose it moving forward.
Do you think that the ANC needs the ANC Youth League as a tool to take on whatever ground they may or may not lose to the EFF, or should they be focusing on getting the ANC Youth League back on track as a feeder to its own leadership vacuums that have been created?
Well, I don't think as a tool. Obviously it's an organization. So an organization will have different, it's like a system with different parts, but they're making the whole. So each and every part is very important, and as we are saying, is feeding to the whole, and then is supporting the whole. So they need the ANC Youth League as much as they need the ANC Women's League, and other structures they have to pull things together to work so that they can make sure that they build this. So these are building blocks. The effective ANC Youth League will then help the whole organization to be effective. The stronger ANC Youth Women's League will also help. So it's very important for them. That is why even at Luthuli House, they don't want to take anything by chances. They may be seen as maybe macromanaging the process, but for them it's very important, because unfortunately there is only one ANC. If ANC Youth League they mess up, it will be obviously talk to the whole organization or destroy the whole organization. So we are looking at the organization in totality, trying to rebuild itself and using different structures within it so that it can be rebuilt and restored.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for that insight. Professor Mazwe Majola is a leadership expert speaking to us virtually there from here in Johannesburg.